Hi everyone, welcome back to Prairie Gnome Quilt Company. Today is just going to be a very simple explanation on fabric precuts and their names. I know this is probably common knowledge for most people, so if you are aware of this, please feel free to pass this video over. I just know that when I started making some patchwork items and getting into quilting, and I was wanting the precuts because I don't know about you, but I can't cut straight lines pretty much to save my life. That's not true. I can do like yardage and cut yardage down. But if I'm cutting into tiny squares, 5-inch squares, 10-inch squares, inevitably I'm not great at it. They end up wonky. So fabric precuts are fabric that are cut to specified sizes and or shapes, and these are the most basic of them. So today we're going to talk about charm packs, cake layers, rolie polies, jelly rolls, and stackers, 5-inch and 10-inch stackers. So I currently have 3 things in front of me. We'll show those to you now. I mentioned 5-6 different things, but I only have 3 in front of me because they're essentially the same thing. So we'll start with this one. This beautiful fabric is the Renew collection for Riley Blake. And this is, they call it a stacker. So it's a 5-inch stacker. These are pre-cut to 5-inch by 5-inch square. And in this stacker, you get 42 5-inch by 5-inch pre-cuts. So on the back, as you can see, all of these prints are inside. Each one of these little packages will have varying numbers of each print depending on how many are included. So on this particular one, as you can see, there's 20 some odd fabrics probably in here, and I believe you get 2 to 3 of each in this particular pack. Probably count on around 2 of each. So you get 42 total, as you can see, and you get 2 to 3 of each that's listed here. Now that is important. There are packs, this one, like I said, has 20 some odd in it. There are ones that have double this and you only get 1 of each print. So if you're working on a project where you want or need more than 1 of a pattern, keep that in mind and pay attention to how many prints are in there and how many you're going to get of each one. That does make a difference. So these are, again, 5-inch by 5-inch. Some places call them charm packs. Some places call them 5-inch stackers. They are the same thing. They include 42 of each, and how many you get of each print depends on how many is in the pack. These typically run around $15 per pack, and you can often find them on sale, but just beware, all fabric resellers are capped at how much they can discount these things. Everybody has to sell them within a range. So if you're wondering why you never see something below a certain amount, beware, buy it when you can. They don't come back. Typically, that's not always true, but typically, once things are sold out, they're sold out, and we are not allowed to sell them under a certain amount. So they'll never go clearanced, crazy discounted, you know, so be aware of that. So these, on average, about $15 a pack. You could probably find them for $14 a pack on sale. This one is a cake layer, also a 10-inch stacker. So they are called cake layers or 10-inch stackers. Same type of deal, but these are 10-inch by 10-inch squares. So again, a lot of these I believe are used when people do larger quilts in applique or to cut them down. So as a 10 by 10, if you cut this in 4, you can get 4 of these in 1 of these. So these on average will run you high 40s to 50 some odd dollars a piece. But if you do the math, 4 of these at $15 is still going to be more expensive than buying 1 of these and cutting it down. So keep that in mind. I haven't cut one of these down yet. If I had wanted to use one, it would just because I wanted 10-inch squares. But maybe we'll do a video where we cut them down and show you that. But this particular one is Threads of Grace for Riley Blake. See if I can show you the prints on the back. So same deal. However many you receive out of the 42 will depend on how many prints are in this package. So for this package, I believe, again, you get 2 to 3 of each in the package. I would have to double check that, so don't quote me, but that's how that works. So that is a cake layer or a 10-inch stacker. And then, and I dropped this one earlier, I think I bent the cardboard, so whoever gets this particular one, I apologize. The fabric's fine, I just bent the cardboard a little bit. This is a jelly roll, also known as a rolie polie, depending on the company. This one I believe is Meadow Moments or something. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read it, but I believe it's called Meadow Moments for Riley Blake. It's a beautiful, beautiful collection, and it's similar. I believe these have 40 strips, not 42 like the squares, but don't quote me on that. I believe there's 40 strips in here. They're 2.5 inches wide by however the length is whatever the width of fabric is for the yardage. So for instance, this green print, if you were going to order yards of fabric for that, your yard was 43 inches wide, then that means this strip is going to be 43 inches long. So these are 2.5 inches wide, and the length of them is the width of fabric if you were to buy yardage. In general, that's 43, 44 inches. But again, if that is extremely important to you, just check the listing before you purchase to make sure you know what the width of fabric was, so you know how long each of these strips is, if it matters to you. It doesn't always matter. So once again, these are wonderful for patchworking, for having pre-cuts for quilting and patchworking, but they are strips instead of squares. And that's it. That is a simple explanation of those 3 types of pre-cuts. If you have any questions, again, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.